Yo, what's good, what's good? Appreciate you guys. Thanks again for tuning in again for another one of my guides on the Grandmaster Nightfall, Warden of Nothing. This week you'll pick up the Uzume Adept Sniper Rifle. It's a pretty good sniper. It's got a really good draw time on it. Have a bit of fun with it, see what you think. This is the classes that we run. So I'm running an Omnioculus Bottom Tree Tether Hunter with a Fate Bringer, a Truth Teller with Blinding Nades, and an Anarchy with Breaching Clear. Now the Omnioculus chest piece is probably the biggest thing here. Every time you smoke someone, it's going to give you the overshield, and you're pretty much going to instantly regen your grenades back when you smoke your two teammates. As you can see, my loadout's quite plain, nothing out of the ordinary. The girls, one is running a Code of the Missile, which is A's, and the other one is running a Geomax Warlock with Chaos Reach, which is the middle tree arc. You can run two Titans, you can run two Warlocks, either or. I feel as though that this is the play solely and wholly because it's an instant melt at the boss. If you can find another way to do it, sure, go for it. Both the girls are both running Scout Rifles for anti-barrier and a hand cannon for overloads. And Aisling is running a rocket launcher and Gypsy's running Breaching Clear Anarchy. Now we're running that rocket launcher just to instant kill those champions a bit quicker. You can really do big DPS to them. Have a bit of a look at these loadouts. They're not out of the ordinary. We try to keep it pretty plain and simple. If you don't have an Anarchy, you can run other grenade launchers. That Breaching Clear can be procced by many things. I can even proc it with my Truth Teller. The reason we're running Anarchy is because it is the best. It is the best PvE weapon right now, and these are Grandmasters are not easy. They're hard. You should be running as best weapons you possibly can, and these loadouts these loadouts that we're coming up with are not designed for speed. These are designed for success. And you see here, I think I nearly died straight off the bat here. The overloads are no joke. So all three of us are running overload. The two girls are running anti-barrier, and I'm the only one running unstoppable. I feel as though the unstoppables are pretty forgiving in this particular Nightfall. The overloads, there's a fair few of them, and then the anti-barriers. So the overloads and the anti-barriers have like ridiculous regens of shields. So you want to make sure you prioritize helping each other out with them. But play it safe, reserve some lives, and you'll have success. You can see there that overload champion fairly well nearly killed me twice, I think. They just take a lot of tanking. But play it steady. If you do lose a life here, it's not the end of the world. We end up finishing this run with quite a few. If you work together as a team, I think that's where the successes lie. And there's no secret in this particular Grandmaster. The room before the boss is the hardest, and that is the part that everyone struggles with. Every time I see these particular runs, it's always where I see people struggling, and this is what we're going to show you. I'm going to show you a strat that works. It's pretty well foolproof if everyone works together as a team. As I said, the big play here is the Hunter. Being able to make everyone invisible. You could use the Titan Bubble as well to have a similar response, but now make sure you kill this ad. If you do not kill this ad, this goblin right here, he will mess you up. He is absolutely nasty. You jump on your Sparrow and you try and boost off away from him, he will kill you. So just be mindful of that. But once again, just play it safe, get rid of the ads, focus together as a team. I mean, you're going to lose lives, and but you will end up, at the end, we end up with 15 or 16 lives left over, which is plenty. So the idea behind this whole loadout is, once we get to the boss, it's an instant melt. We want to kill the boss as quickly as possible to avoid having to spawn all those extra ads. So realistically, we're only contending with void shields, which the void shields are quite easy to contend with. Outside of that, it's just really champions that you have to worry about, and just, lots of things. But once again, as I said, the room before the boss, I think, is the one that most people fail. And that's just usually because people just aren't playing together as a team. So just continually keep picking away these ads, avoiding the trains. And the rocket, you'll see us use that rocket to advantage when there's champions. So Gyps and I are proccing Breaching Clear, stunning the champion, hitting it with the rocket, and that's the way we're killing these ads quite quickly. Now I am fast forwarding some of the boring spots just so you guys don't have to sit and watch me just driving around on my Sparrow and things like that. We're not running any mods that give us extra any ammo or anything. I found that we are getting a fair bit of loot drops and stuff, ammo drops and stuff along the way. I have yet to run and run out of ammo and be in a position where I've struggled for ammunition. You know, if you are one of the guys, probably should put something on that's going to give you the ability to get some ammo. But I don't think you'll need to. Just be mindful. Don't spam it. As I said, we're not here to win the race. We're here to get the success and give everyone a chance at getting the Uzume. Apologies, voice is still a little bit croaky. I had a little bit of douse of the man flu over the last couple of days, so but these videos are important, and I know how much they help some people. So if they are, and they are helpful, please let me know in the comments. It does mean a lot to me to hear that you guys have had success with the strats that we're doing. If you have different ideas for strats, please share them in the chat as well. As I said, there's plenty of different options that you can use. You can use the Divinity with the 2s and the Navis. You know, these loadouts are not, you know, this is what you must have. This is more designed around how to show you how to play it and optimize your loadouts to suit your guys' gameplays. Once again, as I said, I think the Hunter is probably the key, and having the 2 insta-kill, the Titan and the Warlocks, you can have any variation of the 2. But you know, you can use other options as well. Don't get me wrong, it's not the be-all and end-all. But we just found that this is the way that worked and was most consistent for us. As I said, if you don't have an Anarchy, you can run plenty of other different options. Maybe try a Prospector or something like that. Even a Legendary will do the job as well. So as I said, the Anarchy is giving us a bit of tick damage, but it's really there for breaching clear. And I'm using the blinding nades. I'm the only one running blinding the nades. And look, some grandmasters I think blinding nades are perfect. Some grandmasters I don't think you know, they don't really help too much. In this particular grandmaster, I think the blinding nades do help a hell of a lot. But I wouldn't have everyone running them. Just one person. And usually, you know, as I said, I'm running the Hunter, so I went all out support for the girls. And you know, and then the other tip that I think is there's only one person running Unstoppable. There's only 3 Unstoppable champions, and they are all quite easy to kill. But the Barrier and the Overload are definitely the hardest. Overload, I think, is the one that's probably the most difficult to contend with. So, as I said, with 3 of us are running that buff, 2 are running anti-barrier, and then I'm the only one running Unstoppable. So make quick use of this boss. You shouldn't really use too many lives here if you just play how we're playing here. You don't even have to use supers if you don't want to. I mean, you will get it back before the boss. And look, to be honest, if you do run to the boss encounter and you don't have your super up, I'd just play it safe until you can get your super. Because your super is where you're going to have the success. Sacrifice a little bit of time. You do have a fair bit of time up your sleeves on this one, and as I said, we have got plenty of lives, so if you play it in the way we're playing it, you should get to the boss with a fair few lives left over. You know, it's not about speed, guys. Please, you know, if you're watching this and you're like, oh, we can do it in 15 minutes, great, it's awesome, and I'm happy for you guys to be able to smack them out that quick. But these are designed for the people that are struggling to get their first clear. You know, hopefully it helps the experienced people as well, but this is a simple way to run these without any stress at all, and you guys can have a bit of fun with them. You know, and realistically, these Nightfalls, these Grandmasters are pretty tough. And a lot of people will struggle, and you probably will lose a fair few lives. As you can see, the ads do hit pretty hard, and you'll see I use a lot of coverage and a lot of little hidey holes to keep myself at bay from, especially from the snipers. The snipers are like, there's actually 2 coming up here on the bridges. Make sure you get rid of those; they do hurt. There's one just up there. You can see there's a light shining at me. As soon as you get rid of these 2 Unstoppables, go straight for those 2 snipers. blown up by it. Stay away from them, they do blow up. Found that out the hard way. But once again, we had plenty of lives up our sleeves, so it's not the end of the world. So just continue to keep pushing forward. As I said, there's that sniper up there, make sure you hit him. And there's one more head on the bridges up ahead as well. So get that little guy there up on the bridge, otherwise he will snipe you. I think he's still there. Yeah, you can see he nearly killed me then. Look at the life he took off. Keep plugging through these ads. Now the next room coming up is the room that I feel is where a lot of teams fail, and it just gets a little bit too much if you don't play it smart. We have a strat that is fairly well subdued. It's just taking it fairly steady. There's no pressure on it all, and you'll see how easy we get through it. And it's just literally about a little bit of prep work and teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work, as always. Working together as a team is always better. One little tip, don't all go up here together, otherwise there's a bit of a glitch that you do die. Now there's going to be a cluster of champions here, so I think there's one overload, one unstoppable, and there's 3 anti-barriers. Continue to keep plugging away at your champions. Now there's 3 anti-barriers here to contend with. So a bit of breach and clear. Watch out for snipers still. Once again, that sniper really did tank me. And that's where your resilience and your mods that you have on do come handy. Righto, now I'm about to show you the little tip here that I feel is very, very useful. It's, you know, it's not the end of the world if you don't do it, but I feel as though that it does help out immensely, especially if things don't go according to plan. And that's clearing all the little bombs around the field. So run back here. Now I started doing this a few runs ago, and since we've done it, it is a lot easier to run through the field. Nothing worse than getting slowed. You're a sitting duck, and those ads just melt you. So, as I said, run around the field. Just dedicate someone to run around the field and just shoot all these little mines. Mainly in the places you know you're going to run. And I feel, since we started doing this, as I said, you know, we're having a little bit more success, and definitely not struggling to get these runs done anymore. It takes, you know, 20 seconds, 30 seconds to get them all done. Now, the other little hot tip, do not capture A straight away. Focus on the anti-barrier and the unstoppable up here. So the barrier champion is there. Work together, knock that down. And there is an unstoppable. Now, there is a few ads that spawn to behind me here. There's about 3 or 4 ads. They will hurt, so make sure someone turns around and kills them. They come out of the door. Once this unstoppable is done, we're going to move down to B. Sorry, excuse my voice for 2 seconds. We're going to move down to B, and we're going to capture B, or get prepped to capture B. So you'll see Gypsy walks off to A. So just nominate someone. We've got 20 seconds still before we actually have to capture A. So use that time to clear some ads around down at B. Now I think I do die here, but it's not the end of the world. Once again, pressure is not on us at all. You can see that B and C have not spawned yet. So Gypsy's playing the role of just stalling up there. So I got killed there, but not the end of the world. So Gypsy's going to start capturing A. A's will get my revive. So what's going to happen here is Gypsy's going to push her way to us. So we're capturing B, and Gypsy's going to come straight over to us. and we're going to work together as a team. There's an unstoppable champion that's coming up. We're going to melt that, and just have a look at the time on the bombs. So there's still 51 seconds on C-bomb. Plenty of time, no stress at all. So there's an unstoppable, not an unstoppable, an overload champion down below here. We want to make sure we kill that just to guarantee platinum. Now there are things that say that you don't have to kill them to get platinum. We have plenty of time to kill them. I feel as though that it's the play. If you kill it, it just makes life a little bit easier. The champion's down. Right, we've still got 19 seconds on the bomb. So plenty of time. Make us all invisible. Make our way over. So no pressure at all. You can drop supers if you need to. You know, the hunter can use theirs. I wouldn't recommend using the other supers unless you absolutely have to. Make them visible again. Sit here, capture the bomb. And I think from memory I die again here. I get slapped by an ad. For some reason there is an extra unstoppable, so not unstoppable, overload champion that spawned there. I don't know where it came from. There's normally not 3 in this encounter. There's normally only 2. We killed both of them, and I just confirmed that by watching this video again. So I don't know where the third one come from. We don't actually get rid of it. We don't kill it, and we still managed to get the platinum. So not 100% sure what happened there and why we got a third. Bit of a glitch. But yeah, all the same, we still get the platinum. But sit back here. And we're just going to pepper the boss from here. Playing it safe here, reserve lives, don't use any supers. Now if you are running low on ammo, I would focus on killing some of the smaller ads to try and generate some ammo for you guys. And you can see I start doing that here, just to generate a little bit for myself. So this one's just, as I said, take your time. I mean, we've got 15 lives up our sleeves. Nice and easy. And then once we get through this is the hardest part of the GM. Once we've done this, the boss is actually super easy. You'll see we're going to instant melt the boss. As I said, the whole objective of our loadouts is to make this part here super easy, and then that boss, just an instant melt of that boss. You don't want to not instant melt the boss. If you have to contend with all the others and the fire and everything, that's where it does get a little bit dicey. And I feel that last encounter, the boss encounter, can get a little bit difficult if you let it go past that first initial spawn. Alright, it's all done. The rest of the ads will despawn. Grab your ammo, and then down to the boss. Now, same rules apply for going down to the boss. Don't all jump into the chest part, into the little dome together. There's another little death glitch there. As I said, the thing about the death glitch is you do spawn, with your orb gets spawned up top, which is kind of annoying. So nominate one person to go down first, the other ones will join allies, or can come down after the fact. But once again on the boss, we're going to take it slow and steady. We're not here to set records for time, we're here to make sure that we get the clear, and we can all have a chance of getting the sweet loot. I know. You see exactly what I'm saying there. So I'll go down and the two girls will come down after the fact. And we're just going to sit at the platform down the bottom here. We're going to pick off the champions. So there's an overload and an unstoppable and 2 barrier champions. I would say focus the overload first and the unstoppable. The barriers can sort of wait. But definitely try and get rid of the overload first, and you'll see here why the rockets are super handy, as well as having the blinding nades. And the blinding nades here don't actually do much in the way of blinding. It's more so to proc breach and clear without having to spam anarchy down. You can see there I hit the overload, stun them a little. Now I do throw some anarchy down and that just for that tick damage. There goes that rocket. And then so that rocket has played a fairly big part. I think this is like our 4th run, 3rd or 4th run for the night. We did have a few runs this night, and we didn't fail at all. We were consistent in all of our runs. And I feel as though that if you adopt the strat, This strat is designed to try and help you guys get clears. So if you can find a way to do it, if you don't have anarchy, it's not the end of the world, as I said. Find a different option, and you should have some success. Now, this anti-barrier does not normally shoot up here. I don't know why he is, but if he does start shooting up here like he did then, just play it smart. So we pick that guy there off, and then we'll get the unstoppable, and then we'll push down, kill the last anti-barrier, and then it's game over, Red Rover. Nice and simple strat, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing fancy. As I said, it's going to give you guys a higher chance of success, and then hopefully you guys can get some nice Uzume adepts. And look, I'm going to try and do these videos on the weekly, so hopefully these strats do help you guys out as well. You know, as I said, with that role, you want to look for something with snapshot if you're looking for PvP, if you're looking for PvE, something with triple tap and Vorpal would be super handy. If you're looking for boss DPS, if you're looking for ad clearing, you want something like maybe triple tap and Dragonfly. Get rid of this anti-barrier, and then it's on for the boss battle. And as you see here, the boss is going to disappear very quickly. Don't hold back on your ammo. You can use your hunter tether on it as well. It does do a decent amount of damage. Keep peppering it, keep peppering it. And all over. As you can see there, got another Uzume. And got some other sweet loot as well. So hopefully this helps you guys. If it does, don't be afraid to hit those likes. And the likes and the comments all help out. It helps the same algorithm as over on Facebook as well. So the more interactions and stuff, yeah, the more I can see that you're enjoying it, but it also feeds it to other people as well. Don't be afraid to share it with some people as well if you think that it does help. And if you have anything else that you'd like me to do, feel free to put it in the chat, in the comments, to say, hey, see, can you do a video about this? And I'll try my best to try and incorporate that into one of the videos coming up. But hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully this helps you guys and your team get your clears. You know, as I said, that's the whole objective of these. But I do appreciate you guys and your support. I'll see you guys on the next one. Appreciate you. Stay groovy, stay safe. As always, deuces. Thanks, team.